moment in the entire... Maybe I should complicate this before I start speaking here.
Hello there. Welcome to Comics League Live Snyder Saturdays as we discuss Army of the Dead. Finally. I say finally because my guest didn't watch the movie last week. Luckily, it turned into a discussion of Henry Cavill's Superman coming back speculation, so it wasn't a waste. So, on that note, let's welcome in our guest.
I am Phoenix!
How you doing, Nick?
I gotta say, I like every time I see the intro, I love it that much more.
I know, isn't it great? Hey, what's up, Jarrett? Now, here's the thing, though. Now, as you know, I've been able to get security camera footage from Warner Brothers multiple times. I have one for Ben Affleck Batman. I have one for Henry Cavill. So this is live footage from Warner Brothers of Henry Cavill returning as Superman.
You think you can threaten my mother?
There you go. As soon as you left it, I was like, okay, I gotta finally get this link. So we're finally watching Army of the Dead, and Nick is not a zombie guy, so this actually be really interesting. But first, we're gonna give you guys an update on Screecher. So let me share screen. We can do that.
All right, I got this, brother. So. All right, so so a week and a day ago on this very channel, me and Jared, we launched Screecher, and now we are not only funded, but we have already unlocked the first stretch goal. Currently sitting at $1,500. The goal was $1,300. You guys smashed that in a week. So right now we're on the stretch goal game, and you guys have unlocked the first stretch goal, which will be a sticker of Screecher's emblem. Which anybody who got a physical copy, like the $10 tier and up, will get a free sticker along with their campaign.
Sweet.
And Jared, could you pull up the graphic I sent you?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me just do this. Stop sharing.
Yeah, so
pull it up.
I got two other tiers that I was going to reveal this on Monday, but I told you guys, if you guys unlock the first tier, I just spill it all, and man, you guys are up for the challenge, I gotta say. So, as promised, here are the extra tiers. At 1.5K, we have the extra sticker, which you guys have already smashed. At $2,000, there's going to be 3 pieces of concept art. Like you've kind of shown them to you guys throughout here. They're going to be kind of like postcard size. Again, anyone who orders a physical copy will get these. So this is kind of your incentive, even if you're at the $10 order. Kind of encourage other people. Then if you get to 2.5K, you'll get a magnet of the original sticker that you guys saw. And at $3,000, well, that one's a bit of a mystery. I'll just say it's a big one. And unlock 2.5K, then we'll talk.
Yeah, Nick has told me what the 3K thing is, and it's actually really cool. Just hyping that up.
Thank you, Jarrett. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right.
Could you put a link in the chat or whatever for people who?
I gotcha. So,
yeah, we just wanted to give you guys this update because we started it here, and I wanted you guys to know that you guys are awesome, and you guys have been really great to me. So thank you.
Us comics leaguers stick together. So Nick, all right. So you're not a zombie movie guy. So I wanted to ask, what did you think?
It was enjoyable. Just kind of to cut to the chase, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Like, it was thoroughly enjoyable. I enjoyed it. It wasn't high art or anything, but it was something like, hey, I watched it, I liked it. You know, not like I'd say above average would be where I'd put it.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of zombie movies, but let me put it this way. At least he took the zombie genre and did something new with it by putting a heist movie in a zombie movie. So he's kind of like, he's doing new things because there's, excuse me, there's only so many things that you could do with a zombie movie.
Yeah, and honestly, this is kind of more of a heist movie first, a zombie movie second.
Yeah, kind of.
It's at its most being the most generous way is a heist movie set in a zombie apocalypse, but it is a heist movie first and foremost.
Yeah, exactly.
The zombie is more window dressing, really, and it adds some flavor to it. And honestly, like, I think the nuclear bomb thing is actually a really good plot device to add like some good stakes. I will say, like, the fact that like they turned up the timeline, it's like that was kind of a predictable plot line. Like, oh, you'll have a full day.
They always do that.
Yeah. Other than that, most of this, like, it does kind of like sometimes when like you can see stuff coming a mile away, it gets groan worthy. But like most of the stuff, they were kind of unexpected with it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like the whole heel turn, like they kind of foreshadowed it, but like it wasn't. They didn't like signpost it a billion miles away.
Hey Tavia, what's up? Oh, by the way, Tavia, drop in the chat. What'd you think of in Super Sons when they dropped the Truth, Justice, and American Way line? Because they legit did that, Nick.
Oh yeah, I saw the clips of it, and a lot of people in my circles on Twitter, they're actually like, "Oh wait, they actually did that," you know.
Oh, by the way, Jarrett, they're not rebooting. Here's how you know they're not rebooting. If they were rebooting, they wouldn't have brought back Henry Cavill. That's all you have to. They'll do like a soft rebirth style reboot, but they are absolutely not rebooting. And by the way, Snyder Queen is back. We've already had this conversation on Twitter, so you know what, Snyder Queen. Here's your clip. And actually, as soon as Snyder Queen saw that line in the Super Sons movie, she was like, there you go. Tavia, you and I agree on that one. But yeah, they're not rebooting because they brought back Henry Cavill. They would not have brought... Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
And here's the thing. We've known for some time that like they've wanted Henry Cavill to come back and do a cameo, but he was resistant because he didn't just want to do a 5-second cameo to come out. He wanted a full movie. So I think it's very likely that we're like, and also the rumor mills for a Man of Steel 2 are already spinning up. Like I actually saw an article from Geekosity earlier today.
By the way, so since Snyder Queen is here, do you think we want to share our security camera stuff again? So Snyder Queen and Tevia, since you guys just came in, I actually got exclusive security. Hey, Taladia, I actually got exclusive security camera footage of Henry Cavill returning as Superman. So, ladies and gentlemen.
You think you can threaten my mother?
So I wanted, Nick and I have been trying to get that clip for like so long. I mean, Nick has told me I have to get that clip for many streams. So at this point I was like, all right, might as well. Plus, it's a great opportunity to use that security camera footage. Thank you. Oh, please keep the wonder back to the minimum. Shots fired, baby. Oh my gosh, that is great. Thanks, Jared. That was so fantastic. So, Army of the Dead.
Okay, now I gotta put up a poll on my Twitter and tag you guys both in it. Be like, all right, what is the proper ship? Wonder Bat or Super Wonder, whatever.
I can tell you right now. Guess what was one of the top books in the New 52 era? Superman, Wonder Woman.
Oh no, not again. Here we go again.
But I'm not getting into that. All right. Eventually, when Snyder Queen comes on the... Oh, my gosh. Eventually, when Snyder Queen comes on the channel, it'll be to debate Wonder Bat v Super Wonder. That'll be the episode.
That's probably the only way you'll get her out of her invisible jet.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so now... So, all right, Army of the Dead. So, one of the things... So, what's interesting about this movie is that if you look in the very beginning... when you see the Humvees leave the base, if you look in the sky, you can see two lights like fly off. Apparently, according to Zach, alien life may have been behind the zombie virus, partially.
I mean, they did kind of hint at it in the opening monologue with like the aliens and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. Yeah, exactly. It looks great, but yeah, they did hint at it at the monologue, and I like how like because Zach is always known as having fantastic title screen opening sequences, but I love how the whole thing is the zombie apocalypse set to Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, it was. Also, I love how they use the Richard Cheese version, who is like a very Las Vegas act, and it kind of had that like Las Vegas kind of branded cheese that like you just gotta love it.
Yeah, of course. And then actually, what's interesting, by the way, the girl singer that starts out to the guy, by the way, so Alison Crow, she did the music that goes over the credits of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So just wanted to give you a little point there. So we open up. It's basically it's basically Dave Bautista's character named Martin. He's basically a fry cook, but apparently he's also a tactical genius guy. So
he knows how to clear a room, but also make you fantastic burgers.
Exactly. So this eccentric billionaire, because it's always eccentric billionaires. Oh, by the way, Zach explained it that those are actually government surveillance drones. That's why some of the zombies are robots, kind of. That's the thing.
Because
wait. First, I have to answer this. Both are equally horrible, but I'm gonna go with Tom Taylor for what he did to Superman. Or Superboy, actually. And I think Tevia's going to agree with me. It's going to be, because here's the thing, I enjoyed some of Tom Taylor. Some of Tom Taylor, because I enjoyed Deceased and Injustice. And same thing for Tom King. I enjoyed his Batman run and what else for Tom King? And I've heard his Superman run is actually pretty good. But the point is, in terms of now, Tom Taylor.
Can I just say, like, the more I see of, like, the 11, 12-year-old John Kent, like, you know, the Superboy kind of stuff, the more I actually kind of like that version. Because, like, I feel like it kind of actually, I think it works better with kind of where the audience is now. Like, having, like, you know, because, like, we got so many father and son things. Why not give Superman a son? Then you can have your own Mandalorian, you know, kind of thing. Because, like, father stories are really big right now. And so it's be really stupid.
And by the way,
have a father
during Rebirth, guess what was one of, if not the top-selling book at DC? Super Sons. And they canceled it because Bendis came in. But I love how the villain in Tom Taylor's... the one thing I will give Son of Kal-El is that the villain's name is Bendix. I'm like, well, you're not hiding it at all.
See, here's the problem. Even though Tevye bought half of the copies sold, that still wasn't enough.
Yeah, I know. But anyway... Back to Son of Kal-El. We keep getting away from Army of the Dead, even the stream last week. So in other words, he's down his luck, and the dude offers him like thousands of dollars. All you gotta do is go into the zombie apocalypse in Las Vegas to the bottom of this hotel and get me my money. So
to clarify, it's not thousands of dollars; it's millions of dollars.
Yeah, why make billions when we can make millions? A million's more than a billion, numbnuts. But anyway, I love that movie. So then he essentially gets the gang back together. He's got his auto mechanic girlfriend and he's got his chainsaw brother. And then they start assembling like the unconventional team. Like one's a social media star. One dude is a locksmith that's like the most innocent dude you have ever. By the way, the prequel movie is just about that locksmith dude, Dieter, and it's pretty much that.
Also, can we just take a moment to realize the zombie apocalypse was caused by and get your bleep button ready, a blowjob.
Well, remember, I don't have a bleep button, dude.
You do? Oh, sorry.
No, dude. But anyway, yeah. But it's all right. But anyway, so
okay. And we're walking. So the whole zombie apocalypse was caused by a husband and wife fooling around.
Oh, and by the way, Taladia, we watched it before we started this stream, and we were both like freaking out. So yeah.
Wait, are you talking about Superman or Army?
Yeah, Superman.
Okay, because If there's an Army of the Dead post-credit scene, I didn't watch it.
There's not. He did it again. Yeah, exactly. You did it again. I need to build a time machine just to edit out Nick. Jeez.
All of a sudden, a DeLorean pops in. You walk out. You smack me upside the head before I can do it, and then you run back out.
Yeah. So what I love is that so then they have their briefing, and I love Dieter. He raised his hand. How does one go about killing a zombie? And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get this guy?"
This guy is as green as a something.
That's true. Thanks, Snyder. Oh my gosh, yes.
Well, fudge.
Yeah, or I could just do this. That works. Because you can curse all you want in the back room. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so and I love Dieter. He's like examining a gun. He's like, what a machine. He keeps flagging people, and they're like, dude, point your gun in that direction. Just
gun safety, mother effer. Do you use it?
Exactly. I love where that one like guard picks up the chainsaw, and that one dude, he's like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. And the one dude goes, never touch my saw again. Ever. That
Also,
was so good.
Also, can we point how progressive this movie is? The black guy is not the first one to die.
Oh yeah, in fact, spoiler alert, he lives.
Kind of.
Yeah, but
see,
the point
this movie is progressive. The black guy is one of the few people not to die.
Yeah, exactly. He actually makes it to the end of the movie. So they get their briefing, and then it turns out, okay, so they're to get into Las Vegas is Martin's daughter, who works at the little border camp, and essentially this family that she's helping, the mother and goes into the city to get money so that they can build a new life. So she encounters this woman called the Coyote, who like smuggles people in and out, and then apparently she gets lost. So Martin's daughter is like, Kate is like, nope, I'm coming with you, or I'm going to tell everyone what you're doing. So he's like, fine.
Actually, what it was is he was going to sneak in anyway. So it's either I come in, you keep me safe, or I sneak in anyway, and you have no idea where I am.
Yeah. Oh, so by the way, did you know that Tig Notaro, the helicopter pilot in this movie, was a CGI replacement person?
Wait, what?
Okay, so originally Chris D'Elia was supposed to play that role, and what happened is that he had some issues on Twitter, and a bunch of stuff came out about him. He was removed from the movie, and he was CGI he was replaced by Tig Notaro. Really good replacement. And I'm like, they couldn't have let Zack Snyder do. Let me put it this way: if they had to do the fake lip, let Zack Snyder do it. He obviously knows what he's doing.
To be fair, it's like a full actor replacement, and I can't really see that being too hard.
But here's the thing: no, that actor was like touching Bautista. That's where it gets hard. Yeah, and you have to recreate all the lighting too around. Somehow they recreate the lighting too. That's why I say what you want about Zack Snyder's directing style. Say what you want about Zack Snyder as the storyteller. The dude is really good at making VFX work.
I mean, to be fair, even Zack Snyder's harshest critics admit his visuals are usually top tier. Like even the most hardened anti-Snyder people will say he's all flash, no cash. Like even they will admit his visuals are good.
Yeah, I was in a stream with wall-to-wall Snyder haters, and pretty much all I said, say what you want about Zack Snyder, his movies always consistently look good, and they're like, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Even the haters can't even deny it.
So I'm like, okay, at least you'll give me that. So
no one can deny his movies look good.
Yeah, no one can deny that, and this one is no different. So they go in, and I like how like everyone's like taking selfies with like zombies, and I'm like, no one's taking this seriously for the most part.
Well, a lot of it is you got to realize this thing has been going on for years now. Like they kind of imply that like Las Vegas has been quarantined for a couple of years now, and it's they kind of infer that in the movie. So it's kind of like in Pacific Rim, where these monsters eventually become commoditized. where the point where people kind of lose care, and that's very much a human nature. Where when we get used to something, it goes from fear to apathy to mockery. You know, and that's kind of the point we're at, where it's literally, you know, YouTuber can go into Las Vegas and do like a video game thing and get like thousands. Also, I love that they name drop Reddit on there. I like that.
Yeah, I also love, so we get to the point where they bring in one of the guards, shoot him, and leave him in the corner after they encounter the zombie tiger, because the zombies are intelligent. This is where it really starts to get interesting, and they have to in order to move around freely, they have to present an offering. Now, here's the interesting part: intelligent zombies that build a society.
This is some I Am Legend crap.
Yeah, I know, but even more than I Am Legend, because the head zombie Zeus, he's got a spear, he's got armor, he's got a cape. This is more than just some zombies just hanging around in a huddle.
Well, they did say that like the zombies were intelligent, and
yeah, the alphas are intelligent.
And the alphas are the ones that are bitten by the original.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're bitten by an alpha, you become an alpha.
No, I think it's you have to, if you're bitten by an alpha, become a shambler. You have to become an alpha, you have to be bitten by the original.
Oh, okay. But the point is, we have you see this whole zombie society, and this is where it really starts getting interesting, because correct me if I'm wrong, but when have we ever seen like an entire zombie society?
I Am Legend.
Besides that. To this level.
I mean, I Am Legend did this first. Let's be fair here. They were doing that back on the.
That's crossing the line.
It works now that you've actually seen the movie. Jeez, dude. See, all my clips are more funny when you actually watch the movie. I have to say that even more.
You know what's hilarious?
What
is? Like when that happened, I was like, "Oh, so that's where that clip's from."
That's good. I love that.
By the way, I totally can see you using that clip a lot.
Oh, that's gonna be my new Nick is pissing me off clip. I have so many I'm gonna use, but a lot of them from the Snyderverse. But anyway,
I can't wait for Rebel Moon. Oh my god.
Oh yes.
A Snyder Star Wars film.
It's basically Zack Snyder's Star Wars, dude. So sign me up.
You know I'm like a Star Wars sci-fi fan. And with it being directed by Zack Snyder, I mean, please just inject that into my veins.
Because I've long said if there's one franchise that he would do so well in, Star Wars. So back to Army of the Dead.
I want to see him do a cyberpunk movie. I think.
But by the way, this is another universe that Zack Snyder is building at Netflix. So he's got Rebel Moon and Army of the Dead. There's gonna be an animated series and a sequel series as well.
So does this tie into Day of the Dead, the Day of the Dead remake he did?
I don't think so.
You know, because obviously since they have the of the dead kind of suffix, it's made to evoke, you know, the Romero movies, which Zack Snyder did do a Day of the Dead remake, which is fairly highly well regarded.
Yeah, she was like, after the Dragon Ball Z movie, everyone's a little suspicious, and I'm like, yeah, kind of gotta agree with Snyder Queen on there.
Imagine they do a Cyberpunk 2077 live-action movie directed by Zack Snyder.
Imagine they do a Dragon Ball movie directed by Zack Snyder, and it's actually good. Because here's the thing.
Okay, if it's a Japanese movie made by Japanese people, then sure. But I'm sorry, but like, outside of Alita Battle Angel, I do not trust American studios to do things right.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Now, here's the interesting thing. I said I want Zack Snyder to direct his Dragon Ball Z movie. Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing. I don't trust the studio. Because the studio... Beyond that. Okay, so... By the way, here's the thing about Zack Snyder doing Star Wars. I've long said if he can't do Justice League, put him in charge of Green Lantern movies. Because that's pretty much DC Star Wars. We talked about this.
Imagine if it's a Zack Snyder movie and they brought in Ethan Van Sciver to be like a concept artist. Just imagine.
Because he hates Zack Snyder.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. The first live action was it wasn't just an L. It was just a mile long row of L's.
Are we talking about Green Lantern?
No, we're talking about Dragon Ball Z, the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't talk about that. And actually, you know what, Snyder Queen, I'm going to give you this right now because you brought that up.
Why did you say that, Dad?
Thank you. So,
you know what I would love Zack Snyder to do? Legion of
okay.
Superheroes.
You know what? We have a request.
Yeah, second Warner Brothers.
There you go.
I really want Zack Snyder to do a Legion of Superheroes movie.
No, I don't think that's really his thing. Legion of Superheroes. No, I can't see him doing Legion.
Really? Why not?
It's not really his thing. It's too comical. I could see him doing
He's most well known. He's most well known for doing DC comic movies.
No.
Elaborate.
Specific types of DC comics movies. I could see him doing a Bat Family movie. Or how about this? Under the Red Hood, directed by Zack Snyder, with Jensen Ackles playing Red Hood. And Ben Affleck playing Batman. Tell me that wouldn't make $1 billion.
That would make $1 trillion.
Because you know how Snyder is. Snyder legit is straight to Snyder's comic adaptations are comic movie 1-to-1. So you get the Under the Red Hood storyline, Jensen Ackles as Red Hood, but in live action, Ben Affleck as Batman. And you can even take the Titans Nightwing actor and put him in there because he's fantastic as Nightwing. And then look at what you got here.
Okay, now I really want to see a Daredevil movie directed by Zack Snyder.
Oh, that would be so good. Oh, adapting the Frank Miller run.
Or imagine Zack Snyder doing a Turtles movie. Imagine Zack Snyder doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Dude. World's finest. Actually, no. But here's the thing. We already have Ben Affleck himself wants to do that. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. But if Zack Snyder did a Batman and Superman movie with their best buds, that would be cool, actually. But
no. You know the animated movie Batman and Superman Apocalypse?
Yeah.
It's like Supergirl comes in the mix.
You mean it's basically Trinity Apocalypse, but okay.
Well, so one of them was in there, but it's mostly a Batman Superman movie. But like, just imagine they do that as a live action movie, and you bring in the Supergirl, and then that way you can do and you can do Apocalypse, like, because that was actually a really good movie. I just want to see Ben Affleck do the Hellsport scene, because like,
oh, he could do it. Oh, that Batman. Oh yeah, I could see that. That's the Batman I could see staring down Darkseid, dude. I can imagine Gal Gadot facing off against the female Furies. Hell yes.
Also, in this incarnation, Big Barda is played by Gina Carano.
Actually, I had my own actress for actually Big Barda. I want you to. I'm going to share the screen. I was recently watching a movie. I'm not going to reveal it yet. But all right, hang on.
I don't know if you'll get me to change my vote, but I'll hear you out.
Okay, so I was recently watching a movie and I saw this and thought she could either play Wonder Woman or Big Barda.
Lena Henley?
Yeah.
I mean, she's an amazing actress. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really see her as she's very skinny. You know what I'm saying? She's got a very skinny frame. I could see her playing, like, if you had her playing Hippolyta, you know, I could see her playing that kind of role.
The only reason I say this is because
I'm not like, she's a good action actress, but she's kind of like small framed. For Big Barda, you got to have those muscles. You got to have like a Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey type woman playing.
Did you see how skinny she was in the Superman Batman Apocalypse book? Michael Turner draws skinny women.
Yeah, but Big Barda is really a physical powerhouse, and I think Gina Carano would be perfect.
They're not going to do Gina Carano because of everything that happened.
I don't think Lena Henley would be a good fit for Barda.
All right, fine.
Well, for the simple fact that Lena Henley's acting talents would be wasted on that role.
Well, that's why if we didn't have Gal Gadot, I could see her actually playing a pretty
Oh.
decent Wonder Woman.
I got one for you. Lena Headey as Cersei.
Okay, I could. Well, yeah, I know why you're picking that one.
But to be fair, name similarities aside, she would kick ass at that role.
Well,
But
I
they
mean,
wouldn't do it because it's too on the nose.
here's the thing: I could also see her playing a pretty decent Wonder Woman if we didn't have Gal Gadot already, because Gal Gadot is the god tier.
I feel like Lena Headey, she seems too old. You know, I don't know. I know it sounds
Well, if they
bad
did
or
a
whatever.
Kingdom Come movie and they recasted everyone,
An older Wonder Woman, sure. Like
Yeah.
if it was an older Wonder Woman, sure, I'll buy that.
like Wonder Woman and Batman Beyond, maybe, or something like that. Oh, Donna Troy, I would keep who they have in Titans because I think she does a pretty decent job. Connor Leslie.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Army of the Dead. By the way, at the end of this, at the end of the stream, before we get to audience participation, we are going to do more of these fan casts because I'm having a lot of fun doing these. So back to
Also,
Mhm.
by the way, if anyone donates to Screecher on the
if
during
anyone
the stream,
backs Screecher and sends and like DMs us proof on Twitter, and the Twitter is going through here. Hey, yeah, Kareem, go. So on the bottom, on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, I have all the socials for the podcast. If you DM us proof that you back Screecher, we will give you a shout out on the show.
and in a couple extra minutes during the fan thing.
You'll get bonus time during when we have fan participation. So
Sorry, it slipped both of our minds.
yeah, it's all right. It always does. But anyway, so getting back to it. All right, so
Jared, send proof.
Oh. Wait, yeah, Jared, DM me proof and we'll add time to you. So, and by the way, the audience participation, it doesn't. You don't have to talk about the movie we covered. It's just more of an opportunity for you to interact with us. That's really what it is. So don't feel pressured to talk about Army of the Dead because I know Tevi is going to talk about Super Wonder. Liz Wonder, yes. Do you know who Liz Wonder is, Nick?
I have no clue.
All right, I have to show this. She's a cosplayer, but all right. I'm going to show you this. Hang on. Let me plug up Instagram because Snyder Queen is onto something here. So this is a cosplayer who cosplays Wonder Woman, but she literally looks like Wonder Woman, like legit, like Gal Gadot. Look. Like literally like Gal Gadot.
I really like her punchline.
Yeah, she takes she got contacts and made the comic accurate Wonder Woman in terms of the eye color.
Yeah.
But anyway, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, she could definitely she could do Wonder Woman. I could see that. That'd be cool. But trying to get her on the podcast. If you guys have a hookup, please let me know. So anyway, going back to Army of the Dead. Yeah, she is a big deal. So they get into the hotel, but Jared, he isn't Punchline a bootleg Harley Quinn, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
it's Punchline is basically a character created solely to so that when they get in movies, the writer gets a payday.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So actually, instead of going through the movie scene for scene, because you could do this, we're just going to talk in general about the movie. We're not going to like outline the plot scene by scene because that just gets boring. Because you could watch this movie. Do you agree with me, Nick?
Netflix.
Do you agree with me, Nick?
You're the boss. I merely follow.
Okay, well, you're the co-host, so yeah, all right. But really, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about the plot. What do you think about the whole possibility of this being a time loop?
They didn't really expand upon it enough. I mean, obviously, they talked about it enough to where like, you know,
And,
I don't know.
Yes, this is true.
It was brought up as an idea, but they didn't really expand upon it enough. There wasn't really enough evidence beyond that one scene for it to be there. Like the whole robots theory, I actually, because if you look at like when they shot the robots like the zombies' eyes glow. Like even you even had the bone of Batista like was glowing. So one could say it might have been like a techno-organic virus.
Well, here's the thing, and Zach has expanded upon this in interviews. He said that the robot zombies are actually surveillance drones by the government to watch the zombies. And yes, there are a couple of scenes that touch on it, because here's the thing. In terms of the time loop stuff, the whole idea about there was another team that went in before us, that's what that's kind of like referencing. It's like, okay, so we kept going. It's kind of like in like live, die, repeat. We tried the same thing over and over again and made incremental progress.
I don't know, because I feel like they would remember it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It would make perfect sense for this billionaire to use other teams and keep trying, especially if this thing happens over the course of years.
But if it's a time loop, and by the way, yes, this is Sparta, Joe. But with the time loop, if it's restarting, they wouldn't remember anything.
I need to see more evidence to really go. Well, I'm not denying it outright. I'm just saying didn't see enough evidence to be convinced.
So what do you think about the zombie tiger? By the CGI on the zombie tiger looked actually really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, like the fact that like, oh, it's Siegfried and Roy's tiger, which, you know, it's like knowing that one of the tigers actually, I think they mauled one of the people, and
That's crossing the line.
It mauled that guy.
No, I'm talking about how in real life one of Siegfried and Roy's tigers mauled them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And by the way, Superman. For example, the Vanderhoe bit at the end, he was bit, but he never got bit in that timeline. Okay, well,
what do you mean?
The black dude who survives and he like escapes and he got bit, but apparently in the timeline that he's talking about, we could all be in some time loop. His body was never bitten.
How do we know his body was never bitten?
Because you can see his dead body is one of the bodies that's like lining the floor.
How do you know it's his body?
Because they flash to whoever is wearing those clothes in real life, essentially showing you this could be a time loop, and you see the people wearing the same clothes as some of the party members.
If it's a time loop, why is the body still there though?
That's true. That is kind of confusing.
Like, if it's a time loop, wouldn't everything literally reset?
That's true. All right. So,
I'm not trying. Like, I'm just like.
No, you're asking me important questions.
I just like I welcome clear evidence, but I don't really see anything that really proves it.
And by the way, so you know what's kind of interesting? Okay, you see him get bit by a zombie. Or you never see him. Well, the implication is that he got bit by Zeus when he was fighting Zeus in the hallway.
Yeah, and it's like they wouldn't see him like being all sick and
here's
whatnot.
why: because the timelines are overlapping.
That doesn't make sense. Okay.
If they're overlapping, then they're existing concurrently. I know it's confusing. Hopefully, Zach will explain this.
Okay, here's my final thoughts. If it is a time loop, I feel like he didn't explain it clearly enough. And this isn't really just like it has to look deeper. I feel like it's really kind of a convoluted kind of visual secret if it is there, and if he did do it, he didn't do a really good job of explaining it. That's my opinion.
Or it could be it was just like, okay, so here's the thing we're gonna drop to like tease for the things, because he can't afford to spend so much. This isn't Zack Snyder's Justice League. We could expand on his time loop theory for 4 hours.
I mean, obviously, I feel like he wouldn't have had that scene in there if it like. There is no such thing as a wasted line in movies, especially a Zack Snyder film. So I'm not saying
he's hinting at something he could expand upon later. Because remember, even Vanderhoe was like, or it could just be crazy.
I will then. In that case, I will reserve judgment until more information comes along.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the next one, Planet of the Dead. Because remember, he escaped. My theory is that so Vanderhoof gets out, he's bitten, he turns into a zombie, and then it spreads past Las Vegas.
I mean,
That's
I think that part was pretty clear. Like that was pretty. That ending was pretty clear.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think is essentially going to happen. So, one of my favorite scene, by the way, is when they're fighting in the casino after the zombies like go to war against the humans, and they're like, and it's like slow motion Zack Snyder, because we get the signature Zack Snyder's. Oh, by the way, Batwoman was worse. Just giving you, She-Hulk had redeeming moments, except for Scar, but
Batwoman was so bad the lead left after the first season. That's how bad the show was.
Yeah. Oh, so here's the thing about. So now I want to also show this. This is live footage of Snyder Queen and I whenever we engage with anti-Snyder people on Twitter.
You'll enter the city with a 32-hour window. Whatever zombies are still walking should be no problem for a gang with tough.
Yep, there you go. That's us, because like that's what it feels like when you're in the middle of a Twitter argument. Scar, what was an L though? Yeah, it was. Let me put it this way: I don't think it's a horrible show whatsoever. There were some redeeming qualities. The ending. I'm not going to spoil what happens at the episode because the episode just came out, but it had I like their version of Daredevil. I'm going to tell you right there. I like Daredevil in that show.
But it's a watered down Netflix version.
But it's not the Netflix version. They were very clear on that. They're just using the same actor.
And also the costume is just different, and like, because rant incoming. It's very clear that the costume is based off of the Netflix version. It's just different. It's just different enough to be legally distinct.
Yeah,
like if you look at the design, like the way the horns are, the way the suit is structured, it's obviously almost practically a repainted version of the Netflix costume.
Well, I will say,
very clearly a variant of it.
Speaking of the Netflix show, I love when he's introducing himself as Daredevil. You hear parts of the Netflix theme in the background. I'm like, oh, that's clever. I like that.
The big problem I have is, so Daredevil was my favorite Netflix show, and I'm a big Daredevil fan. And they're like, oh, we're going to do Daredevil Born Again, which that was season...
We're not talking about that, dude. We're not talking about that, dude. That wasn't in She-Hulk.
But they're saying they're going to do a Daredevil series on Disney Plus. They're calling it Daredevil Born Again.
We already had this rant.
Okay, I see you're trying to shut me up, so I'll shut up.
No, I'm just saying, we already did this, and we're not talking about the Daredevil show. We're talking about the She-Hulk show. Because it could be different. Well, here's the thing. Remember, that stuff didn't happen. Oh, by the way, yes, it is canon.
It happened in my heart. It happened in my heart, bro.
It doesn't count in Deceased. Because guess what? It's not Bruce Wayne. It's not Diana. So it doesn't count. It's Cassie and Damian. It doesn't count.
I swear, if they actually make Wonder Bat canon in the Snyderverse, and Zack Snyder comes along and says Wonder Bat is canon, oh my god, that's gonna be a great.
What would be hilarious is if like it starts off in like Justice League. It's like, let's say they can't get Lois Lane back. Like let's say they can't get Amy Adams back. Like she doesn't want to play Lois Lane. You see in like a Superman Wonder Woman movie that opens up with like the Justice League 12 cover where they're making out. I'd be like, okay. But by the way, they wouldn't do. Here's the thing. This is the only Wonder Bat thing I'm going to say on this stream right now. In fact, you know what? We will do a stream about that later. But here's the thing. Zack was never going to do the Wonder Bat as canon. You know how I know that? You know how I know that? Because because in his story, Catwoman was going to be with Batman. So he was going to have it end up with Catwoman. All he was doing in those scenes was having Bruce Wayne be a flirt to get what he wanted, like the drive. Because guess what? That's what Batman does.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Who plays Catwoman in this universe?
He actually had an actress too.
Who? Because it has to be an actress in like her late 30s, early 40s, or even like mid to late 40s.
It is someone in that. Plans change. One Underbat is canon. Well, if she comes back, he can do it. But hang on, let me do.
I just want to call Zack Snyder and ask him to be Wonderbat canon. Just to see
who it is. You know who it is? The doctor from Sucker Punch. She was gonna be Catwoman.
Carla Giardino or whatever.
That was just teasing. That happens all the time.
She would be perfect for Catwoman, especially like an older Catwoman.
Yeah.
In the oh my god.
Hey,
Sorry, I'm freaking out right now because that is so perfect.
That's just what Zack does. He is perfect at casting people. Look what he did with the Justice League. This dude clearly Here's the thing. People say Zack Snyder doesn't understand the DC characters. Then how has he casted the best versions of them? Like there was electricity. How come that was the only time in a 4-hour movie that anything like that was referenced?
What about electricity?
She said that when they touched hands on the mouse, there was electricity. No.
Wait, what are we talking about?
She's talking about the Wonderbat scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League where they both reach for the mouse.
Oh, Zack Snyder Justice League. Oh,
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. But remember, that scene was filmed before all this BS happened.
So you're saying it's actually closer to his original plan then, thus reinforcing the Wonderbat shipping point.
What I mean is that it was filmed, that hand scene was filmed when the plan was Batman goes with Catwoman. So all it is, because Batman flirts with literally anyone. He flirts with everyone.
So you're saying he would get with Wonder Woman if given the chance?
No, I never said that. I said he flirts. There's a difference.
Okay, but here's the thing. There's a difference between flirting and sharing a romantic moment. I'm sorry, but like what was in that scene was a romantic moment. That wasn't really flirting. That was just like a romantic moment.
Moment that ended like that. They didn't dwell on it. They were like, okay, forget it.
Did you plan that? Did you plan on hitting your elbow somewhere?
No, I didn't.
Can I just say that was actually perfect? Like that was so perfectly timed for what you were doing.
That wasn't even the original plan. That was the original plan, which Zack himself said I changed that immediately because that's stupid. There was okay. So how was the romance? Give me okay. So how was this romance? Tell me how there was romance.
I like how this became a Wonderbat stream.
It's linked this way. So far, that's what our Army of the Dead streams turned into, but that's fine. I'm fine with it.
I actually watched the movie this time.
I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming these people. But
well, Snyder Queen is a filthy shipper, so it's all her fault.
Yeah, I know. My problem with shippers is that oftentimes, if two characters look at each other or are best friends, they'll say they love each other.
Oh, my sweet summer child. You have not even gotten into the worst of shippings. Like, there's stuff called crack ships. Which is on the like non-canon ships. There's, oh my god. I gotta send you a song where it's like, I don't care.
And by the way, Tevia, I don't think it would be John. It's not going to be your version of John Kent. So it's not even that. And plus, here's the thing. John Kent was not going to have powers. He changed it so it's not like Superman's kit. It's not like speeding bullets where it's basically Superman in bat suits.
I'm sorry, you said speeding bullets and then sun, and my mind went to places.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Shipping is a bleep. Please stop talking. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All I'm saying, is tell me how that scene was. How there was romance in that scene. Besides you reading into anything, I want explicit. By explicit, I mean they have to actually be doing something there. So,
You
all right,
asked
now,
for explicit.
how is there not? They both reached for the mouse, touched, and lost it. They didn't lose themselves in each other. They didn't even look at each other. All right, you know what? We're going to examine that. I'm going to put the sound off, and we're going to watch that scene.
No, you're still gonna get dinged anyway. I don't recommend it.
The issue is not the scene; it's your romance game. No, it's not.
Oh! Snap!
I've had girls come to me. By the way, so let's say the tension builds and
Snyder Queen. That is a burn. You got him good.
By the way, okay. So if this was the DCAU, I would agree. Even the DCAU, Batman says no. Batman legit says, "Okay, I'm a rich kid with issues, and you're an immortal princess. I have a lot of issues. This will not work." And by the way, don't take the DCAU for example, because that was written by someone that thought that Bruce Wayne should be with Barbara Gordon. Which Nick and I have already discussed this.
All right, I gotta interject. It was it was always a bad idea. Okay, like here's the thing that like with, and I'm talking strictly DCAU, and I haven't seen Killing Joke. Whatever. It was always meant to be a bad idea. Like even in Batman Beyond, they said it was a bad idea. That was backstory that was added, in Batman Beyond, and it was never a good idea. It was never meant to be portrayed as a good idea. It was supposed to be a mistake by both Barbara and Bruce that literally ruined his relationship with Dick. It was never supposed to be a good thing.
Here's the thing. It's so much of a bad idea he shouldn't have put in the show. It's that simple. It's so bad, it shouldn't have even made it past the writer's room. Each other's eyes, the fact that they're next to each other, who cares? The point is, okay, so I'm going to pull up that scene real quick. YouTube. All right. Snyder cuts mouse scene. And we're going to watch it in slow motion.
Oh, we're watching this on Snyder Vision?
I'm going to take the sound off. Okay, the sound is off. Good. And okay, so by them flirting in BVS and them flirting in BVS doesn't count because you could take that as okay, he's just trying to get the drive from her. So don't even bring up BVS. So I'm going to share the screen and we're going to look at where their eyes are. Because if you look at it, if anything, they look away from each other real quick. Okay.
All right, full screen it. Full screen it.
I'm not full screening it. Okay, you ready? See, they don't even look at each other. They take a look and look away. Let's look back.
Yeah, but you could say it's romantically awkward.
No, it's not, because at no point does this happen again. All right, now let me ask you this: you know what movie had more wonder about than Zack Snyder's Justice League? Justice League.
But that doesn't count.
No, in this case, it does, because the crappy ship goes in the crapness league. That's why it does count. That's why it counts.
Oh my God, you're really passionate about this.
Well, I'm just telling you, it doesn't work. What is that?
For the record, I really have no horse in this race.
I know you're just messing with me. Yeah,
I like teasing you. So that's.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, I'll give you that. I walked right into that one. But that's my point. You know what? Like what you like. It's okay to be wrong.
But also, you have to admit, Snyder Queen got you good.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. I refuted her point.
Okay.
This way, that exact situation has happened to me, and it was a lot more romantic. Yes, talk about my romance game. I can think of many girls that would dispute that. So, just saying, watching Superman.
Can I just say you're really adorable when you get all defensive.
Thank you. And by the way, Snyder Queen, I'm going to pretend you didn't send that, but okay. I'm sure. Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry, but this is like a brother and sister.
I love how now they're disputing my romantic prowess now. This is great.
Can I just say, it's like an older sister arguing with her little brother. This is so great.
Okay. I still don't like. Okay. Then read the new 52 by Tevia. You don't like it because you just want Superman and Lois to be together for no reason, and because you want these super sons. You're not exactly an objective witness here. No, with Snyder Queen, can we please agree that at least Tevi is biased? Nick, do you agree with me on that one?
Yeah, he has a very super horse in this race.
Yeah, exactly. Nick is onto something.
I'm on H2O. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, by the way, on my I will say one more thing on my videos. Whenever I say on all my Super Wonder v Wonder Bad stuff, comments all Super Wonder. Just saying. So back to the movie before we got massive tangents.
Thank you, Snyder Queen. That was very entertaining.
Yes, that was very fun. Thank you. I love to exercise. I love talking to wrong people. But anyway,
I love watching Snyder Queen.
It wasn't great, at least in my opinion. However, people like that couple more. Yeah, of course. By that logic, Batman Talia, toxic beam that comes to it's healthy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Batman Talia because she is very hostile. She's the type of person that will murder you in your sleep.
You don't ship Bat Talia?
No. Batman belongs with Catwoman. It's very simple.
I'm just gonna say this: the only ship that I actually care about is Nightfire.
Yeah, that works. I'll give you that one. That works.
Nightwing, Starfire. I refuse to call it the other name.
Yeah, I know.
That just sounds like Corey gave him an STD.
Yeah. What do you think of Nightwing and Batgirl?
Not terrible, but they're kind of one of those people where like they're intensely attracted to each other, but like they don't necessarily work out long term. I feel like Starfire and Dick Grayson complement each other in like the best way possible. Where like Starfire is where both Dick and Starfire, they're both warriors, so like they got that in common. They're both on each other's level, but like personality wise, Starfire is a bit more caring, but she still doesn't take any crap. Whereas Dick is like, it's like they like Starfire is more caring, but she's still fierce. Whereas Dick is more fierce, but he's still empathetic and caring. So it's like they get each other's, like they. It's one of those they fill in what each other lacks. I feel
Daryl Taylor came in and asked, "Hey, fellas, Jared, how do you feel about your boy Superman being back in the DCAU?" I'll show you exactly how I feel right now. It's this.
You think you can threaten my mother?
And by the way, Nick, I agree with you. That is a badass line. You think you could threaten my mother? Just the way Henry Cavill delivers it.
It's the line that every son wishes they could say.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's transition. I think we talked about Army of the Dead enough. Let's transition.
You mean we've been pulled off the trail too much? Then now you're giving it up.
No, because pretty much that's all. Because we're not going to talk about the plot. We talked about so before we transit, because I want to talk more about Henry Cavill. How would you rate this among the Snyder films we've talked about? Obviously, not counting Zack Snyder's Justice League, because that's automatically at the top.
It's kind of at the bottom, but just note that all these films are good in their own right. So just because it's at the bottom, it doesn't mean it's bad. Yeah. Really, with me, it's Justice League, obviously, and just got him today, dude. So Justice League, obviously, BVS, Man of Steel. It's got to be in that order because I'm a Justice League fan, I'm a Trinity fan, I'm a Superman fan. 300, then Army of the Dead. Also, we did watch Sucker Punch in this, so it's like.
Oh yeah.
Also,
honestly, I'm gonna do 300 Sucker Punch and then this.
We haven't done 300 yet, so we can't really put that in the ranking yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so for me, it's Snyder Cut, probably Man of Steel, BVS, I'm sorry. I feel like BVS is better than Man of Steel. I mean,
It is.
So of those main three, and then Watchmen.
Oh yeah, we
Sucker
haven't
Punch.
talked. I don't know where you put that. Hey, Droga.
Yeah, we did watch. We did do Watchmen a couple weeks
No,
ago.
we did watch it. What are you talking about? I forgot about that. I'm like, why didn't I remember that? Okay, so my list is
Watchmen,
now.
Sucker Punch, Army of the Dead. That's my list.
All right, mine is Zack Snyder's Justice League, BVS and Man of Steel, Watchmen, then Sucker Punch, then Army. That's my list. So now on that note, we're not ending the stream yet. We're not going to audience participation yet because I really want to talk more about Henry Cavill being back as Superman. And by the way, Jared, there's only one version of BVS that exists. So I really think I don't have to mention that anymore, guys. When I say I watch BVS, I only mean the Ultimate Edition. That's like saying that's like saying when I say I watch Justice League, you mean Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? By the way, I watched it recently for the 11th. You know what I did? I was so happy that Henry Cavill came back. Guess what I did? I watched back-to-back Man of Steel, BVS, and Zack Snyder's Justice League the 11th time.
I hope you took bathroom breaks.
Well, yeah, of course. But straight up, I went right through his whole arc. Because you know what? Because, again, Henry Cavill is my dude. He's the Superman I grew up in. And here's the thing. The reason I loved his movies, I like his movies more than Superman 78. I have a very specific reason for that, Nick, because that was the Superman that I grew up in the comics. Because remember, I came in the new 52, and when you look at Snyder's Superman, that's pretty much the new 52 Superman. The only difference is that he's with Lois for some reason, but because that was like pretty much the new 52 Superman in movie form, I gravitated more toward that Superman. I still like Christopher Reeves. In fact, my Superman ranking is Cavill, Hecklin, and then Reeves, because Superman and Lois is just fantastic.
Mine is Reeves,
Okay.
Cavill, Ralph,
Oh.
and Welling, and then Kane.
What about the dude from Superman and Lois?
I haven't really seen him enough to make a proper judgment. Like, I've never actually watched Superman and Lois, so I can't really comment. Versus Smallville, I grew up with it. Like, I used to watch the DVDs all the time.
Somebody save me.
So, and then I watched Superman and Lois as a kid, so like I got some nostalgia for that.
Just because I have him in the bottom does not mean I hate him, and it's in no way. Like, actually, no, I have Ralph at the bottom, but it's in no way saying I hate this guy as Superman. All I'm saying is that of my top, let me put it this way: my top 3 Superman are Cavill, Hecklin, and Reeves. They're my top 3.
At least Reeves is in your top 3. I'll give you that much.
I'm fine because the dude defined Superman for many, 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 many years. So you really can't not like, and plus to do a Superman in real life, you literally cannot like put him. No, I repaired that. You can't, and that's why I say Cavill is the modern Christopher Reeves in terms of his Superman. That's why.
As a Reeves fanboy, I will admit that Cavill is the Reeves of our time.
Yeah. Okay. Because he is Superman now. But come on, Snyder Queen, give me your top 3. I know number 1 is probably going to be Cavill because Snyder fans. But so
she's afraid that she doesn't list Cavill and the Reeves in the top 3. I'm gonna
now, Nick. Let me ask
which is 100% true, by the way.
Yeah, I was listening to a live stream, and they were talking about the whole time that I'm going to take off the Army of the Dead thing, but they were talking about my favorite Batman are Keaton and Affleck. Those are my favorite too. Actually, with me it's Batfleck, honestly, Keaton, and then Bale.
Here's my top 5. Keaton. Probably Bale.
Mm-hmm.
No, Keaton. What's the voice actor's name?
Talking live action, because obviously Conroy's in a league of his own.
Keaton, Conroy. Let's see here. Affleck, Bale, and then Kilmer.
Yeah, of the animated Batman, there's only one that I acknowledge as the definitive Batman, and that's Kevin Conroy. I like the one that they had in the DC AMU, like their more modern animated movies, but you really, in terms of animated Batman, no, it's Conroy. There's no one else there's no one else that has had a definitive impact on animated Batman as Kevin frickin' Conroy. So I'll agree with you on that one, Nick. He is the top animated Batman of all time. So
one of the best things about the Christ on Infinite Earth mega crossover is they actually brought in Kevin Conroy to play
as
Batman
Kingdom
live
Come
action.
Batman, and they had Kingdom Come Superman. I was like, oh, that's dope. You forgot Clooney and West. No, I didn't.
So if I were to expand mine beyond
Clooney is
top 5,
on the bottom of my list, and he's on the and when I mean on the bottom, I mean worst.
So number 6 would be West, and then there's a bunch of blank spots, and number 15 is Clooney.
Yeah,
that's my list. Like literally, I shoved Clooney so far down the list.
Oh, someone asked him if his Batman was giving the Flash, and he legit said, "No, when you tank a franchise as bad as mine did, they don't invite you back." At least he's honest. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So
they'd sooner wheel out Val Kilmer in a wheelchair, even if he can't speak, than have him.
Batman Beyond Val Kilmer.
Well, no, the problem is Val Kilmer can't really act anymore.
Okay, but anyway,
he literally can't speak. They had to do an AI voice for Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. So I was listening to a live stream.
Though Batman Beyond, it has to be Keaton. It has to be Keaton.
What do you mean you didn't want to do to give me your list? She legit has my list. We agree. Thank you. The one thing we agree on.
There is peace. Peace has been obtained.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get this line. I'm gonna get this line on my thing. I need to get. All right, so it's kind of funny. I was having a.
You want to get nuts?
You know what I did, Nick? You'll be proud of me. So I was like, I was having a debate with Nerdette's newsstand of if Batman kills and uses guns, and if Keaton's Batman killed and used guns. You know what I did? I emailed her a list of like 8 links from both movies that Keaton was Batman of all the times he kills and uses a machine gun. So she was like, okay, you got me there. So anyway, back to what I was talking about.
Never mind the fact they literally set people on fire.
And dropped a bomb in a dude's pants. So anyway, I was watching a live stream and they were talking about...
Sorry, that sounds dirty.
Yeah, they were talking about... This live stream I was watching was talking about... it was in response to the confirmation that Cavill's in Black Adam, and they were talking about that one time Black Adam got booed at San Diego Comic-Con, and they said, what if I think that was actually intentional? Like The Rock was trying to get, like, Warner Bros was basically like, well, the audience doesn't really want Cavill back as Superman. They didn't really identify with him. So he goes, okay, watch. Okay, so we don't really have anyone cast as Superman. Boo! Because, The Rock is a marketing guy. He understands how to do this.
My retort is, you know the interview they do with him later? To where he's literally tripping on his words?
True.
Okay, The Rock is a decent enough actor, but he's not that good of an actor. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry, he's not like Meryl Streep level acting ability to pull off that kind of performance of pretending to trip on his words like that. I'm sorry, he's not that good of an actor. It's very obvious that here's my conspiracy theory. The Rock wanted the Black Adam to be the center of the universe of the DC universe. That's why you notice how they haven't done the hierarchy of the hierarchy is about to change.
Yeah.
Ever since Comic-Con, they literally dropped that. When they were hammering that really home before then,
it became like
Comic-Con was a really wide wake opening for Dwayne. Is he literally got booed, and The Rock's not used to getting legitimately booed. You know, if you're wrestling heel, that's one thing. That he wanted to be booed as a heel in wrestling, but like that, he legitimately got that booed. And then that interview where everyone it's like, I go to Comic-Con, all they ask about is Henry Cavill. You know. As egotistical as The Rock is, even he is smart enough to realize that the marketing of the movie is not going that well. So, and you notice how after the like Comic-Con is literally the center of all this, because you notice how after Comic-Con, like literally Deadline had reported he was supposed to be there, then he was a no-show, you know. And you know, like there's this big social media blow up because of the possibility of him showing up at the panel. But like after that, there started to be the rumors that he was really coming back, and those rumors didn't start coming until after Comic-Con. My theory is that after Comic-Con, The Rock was like, get Henry Cavill in here. I don't care what you need to do. And this is like David Zaslav's he's probably all for that.
Well,
They probably called they probably called Henry Cavill, because you got to remember, Henry Cavill and The Rock are both managed by the same agency, so that they have that kind of connection.
The problem
They're playing
with
for the
theory,
same team.
Problem with that theory is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson legit said he's been trying for 6 years to get Superman in to be in his movie, the cameo. He's talked to Warner Brothers for 6 years to get Superman to cameo in Black Adam, to get Henry Cavill Superman, and they kept telling him no.
I don't doubt that, but what I'm thinking is it was Comic-Con that literally finally convinced them to do that.
Oh yeah, it was definitely Comic-Con that convinced Warner Brothers, like, okay,
but I don't think he engineered the backlash. I think he was just being a good soldier, doing what he's told, marketing the movie. And when he got that booze, he literally probably pulled up all the social media stuff, showed them the clip, and he's like, "Can we get him back now, please?"
Snyder Queen makes a good point. Remember, this is how much of a moron the Warner Brothers regime was.
Wait.
Instead of recasting Superman, they decided. By the way, I am gonna drop the Socket Warner Brothers clip. By the way, but instead of recasting Henry Cavill, you know what they decided to do? Let's replace Superman with his B tier cousin.
Yeah, Second Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the previous regime there. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, by the way, did you see in a recent interview he blasted the old regime? Like he said, that's the old regime. We're fixing things now.
That's how you know the old regime is truly dead. Is that The Rock can clearly mock them on in such a public manner. That's how you know the old regime is truly out.
So there was a report that came out that Walter Hamada was leaving, was so pissed off about Batgirl that he almost left right there. But he said, I'm going to hang on for Black Adam because I really believe in this project. Then then a week before Black Adam comes out, The Rock goes, no, the old regime were a bunch of idiots. Because they were.
Here's the thing. Walter Hamada is not staying around because he believes in the project. He wants the bonus from Black Adam. Because he had a hand in Black Adam. So if he stays long enough for it to come out and it does successful, he'll get a big bonus and then he's going to leave. I think that everyone knows that.
Yeah, and Snyder Queen makes another good point. Remember, it was also around this time, it was like on Cavill's birthday that they announced, okay, we're making a Black Superman movie. Remember that thing? That, by the way, I think it's safe to say we're not getting that movie now.
Honestly, I think we're kind of coming to the point where anything J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot, or Bad Robot adjacent, like Alex Kurtzman, his secret hideout, because it's becoming clear that anything that J.J. Abrams or anything of his disciples touch, they destroy. Mm-hmm. I think it's getting very close to where J.J. Abrams is running out of capital in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know why they hated Cavill? Because he was associated with Snyder. Because remember, when the Snyder Cut was authorized, they full on HBO Warner Max was gonna make the sequels. They were having discussions. Then what Toby Emmerich did is he took over Warner Max and shut it down just to spite Snyder. That's how big of a and by Snyder Queen agrees with you. That's how much of an ego trip these guys were on that they couldn't admit. Okay, we screwed up. That's the key thing, and that's part of why Snyder fans got. If you want to go on the argument that Snyder fans are like that, Snyder fans are toxic. How did they get this way? Maybe partly because Warner Brothers was like, "Oh no, don't worry. we didn't screw up. It was just no one wanted Zack Snyder's vision.
Hey, can I be perfectly honest with you? Snyder fans aren't toxic. The ones that are toxic are the antis. Like, I'm sorry, but like every anti-Snyder Cut fan, like ones that are like they literally have that like as like are literally part of the anti-Snyder Cut. I mean, there's plenty of people who don't like Zack Snyder or don't like the films. They're not an anti-Snyder Cut person. They just don't like it. There's a difference between those two groups of people.
People say, why didn't Cavill join the movement? Well, because it's because of how burned he was with Warner Brothers because of Whedon. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. I miss my mustache story. There was and you notice, there's no way they would have brought him back had the Snyder Cut not come out. Because here's the thing: the last taste that people had with Henry Cavill as Superman was Justice League, and you had the effed up lip, and you had the plus, and Sarnoff did the interview that really pissed people off. But here's what you don't want to do with people that are buying your product. We don't want you anymore. You're toxic. You do not want to do that.
I mean, you could say that was intentional. I mean, look what happened before most recently with Snyder Cut on digital. The night before it came out, they released 60% of Snyder Cut are bots. Which, if you look at it, that's actually really good numbers. Like, and compared to other communities which have like 30-40% bots, and whatnot, 60% is actually a really low number. So congratulations, you just proved us right.
Speaking of Snyder fans, hey Taladia.
Hey guys,
what's up? So it's confirmed now. Our boy is back.
Yes,
the boy is back in town.
In other words, another thing I just want to mention: Sil was right.
Yes,
and it's literally he's actually in a Man of Steel style suit too. So it's like, what?
Guys, I told you don't discount Sil, and you guys didn't believe me.
I know.
Hey, no,
I believed you.
I believed you. I believed, dude. I believed you. All I was saying, I take anyone's points with a grain of salt. Literally anyone, because anything could happen.
But
what's her name? Grace Randolph's case, the whole freaking bag of salt.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm sorry, Talladega, what's up?
Or she go,
well, I need that as the drop too. So, Taladia, did you watch the leak scene?
Yes, I did.
Me too.
It got me hyped.
Cool. Oh, by the way, if you watch, here's the interesting thing: if you listen to, and I shared this on my Twitter, if you someone took a track from Black Adam, it legit has notes that homage Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, you sent that to me last night. It very clearly.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's very clearly. So I'm like, that's interesting because here's the thing. Because as far as we know, the new regime could straight up say, because like I said, they're taking the best parts. They're taking what people like of each of the two timelines, if you will, and putting them together. Which version of Justice League do people clearly prefer?
Okay. Let me kind of give you guys something. How would you react if that post credit scene plays out and then it cuts to black and it says Superman will return in Man of Steel 2?
Oh, trust me, it would. You would basically.
Here's the thing: Man of Steel 2, it's not going to be called Man of Steel 2.
No,
from what I was told, it's just going to be called Superman.
That is true. We need a Superman movie.
It's just
no. Even better. It says it was the Man of Steel will return in Superman, and they show the logo.
No. I mean, literally, Mikey Sutton was talking about this the other day, and he said the title for the next film is just called Superman.
But I redid because I really think it would be really cool is if they did the cut. And then they announced that they're doing another Superman movie as part of the post-credit scene. I think that would be really cool, you know?
And by the way, Jared,
the Man of Steel will return in Superman.
And,
they literally
here's the interesting part. What does it say that The Rock was willing to delete a trailer, re-upload it, just because fans were upset at 2 seconds?
That one I think might have been planned. Like, I really feel like that one might have been a deliberate marketing stunt. That one I will say feels a little bit deliberate.
But here's what I'll say, right? I was talking about this on my Twitter space today about Black Adam and the Superman stuff and all of that stuff, and everyone was just involved, and it was really fun discussion. And we're literally on a roller coaster of a ride. The best thing for that movie for Black Adam is Dr. Fate, according to somebody who's seen a fan screening already.
I mean, how often have I talked about how one of the main reasons I'm going to see that movie is Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate? Also, don't be surprised if we get a solo Dr. Fate film.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm going opening night for solo Dr. Fate. Seriously, Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate is so perfect.
I'm going on Saturday because I work on Friday, but I will be seeing opening weekend. Okay, that actually the Steppenwolf was 100% planned. It was we listened to the fans' marketing. So here's the thing: even if you say it was a minority of fans, which it wasn't, but there were people trying to throw that narrative. Okay, so if you say that's a thing, and we get Restore the Snyderverse trending because it trends all the time. What do you think? It's like The Rock just said, okay, it now exists in my universe. That's it. The Snyder Cut is essentially what happens in Justice League in my universe. That's it. But with Daryl Taylor, me too.
My thing is, even if that thing was planned, what to me is, it says something really profound, is they're done marketing to the anti-Snyder Cut crowd. They very clearly recognize the Snyder Cut people are a legitimate people to market to, and they're like, the fact that they're choosing to market to us shows that they're taking us as a priority, which really helps sell the fact of the direction they want to go. They know where their bread is buttered.
Not only that, I want to know if you guys saw this. So ever since Zaslav took over, this has been happening. And okay, I'm going to share my screen. These are new items that showed up on the DC store, and you notice they now have Batman versus Superman gear, like costumes. I love that Batgirl costume. But my point is, so now we're getting new Snyderverse merch.
But here's another thing too. I want to add this in, is that The Rock took it to the Warner Brothers executives and literally took shots at them in an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you came on. Like, that's honestly the clearest indication that the old regime is truly dead. That The Rock can mock them on the red carpet, and it's perfectly fine. I think that's the clearest indication that the past is dead.
Oh, and by the way, Snyder Queen, I have it on. I actually do have it on good authority from. Let's see, who was it? The Cultured Nerd. That according to his sources, Warner when Snyder's like exclusive deal with Netflix ends, Warner Bros. Discovery does want to talk to Snyder about at least coming on as a producer. So they do want him in, and reportedly the Ayer cut is on the table.
I mean, yeah, we'll know the Ayer cut November 5th. They've been heavily teasing that.
Yeah, and by the way, yes, I want that too. I will buy it. I know you'll buy it, Snyder Queen, because she posts on Twitter all the time. It's her getting like all of the steel books of the Snyderverse movies.
Yeah, I definitely think
she'll get it regardless anyway. So
every day it really becomes more as clear the direction WB is heading, and it's exactly what we always wanted.
Yeah, and plus even in the Flash, there was a report that came out that said, okay, so Keaton's going to be in the main DCEU too. So I'm like, so we're going to have multiple Batman, and I'm like, oh, you mean the way people thought it was going to actually end up when they announced the Flash? Because remember, we all thought, okay, so it's going to be Affleck and Keaton in one universe, and that we can have both fans happy. Okay.
I don't think Keaton. Like, what's the point of him being in the main universe? Like, what's the point?
I don't know, but it's Warner Brothers. so
I thought the plan was to have Batman be like a Nick Fury type, which it's very clear that Amanda Waller is the Nick Fury of the DC universe, which I'm fine with. I am totally fine with her being the Nick Fury person. But
Snyder Queen. We'll know if they canonize Zack Snyder's Justice League, it'll be after Flash.
But I do know one thing though, is that Black Adam literally is canon to Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League literally is.
How do you know that?
Because not only does it take place after Zack Snyder's Justice League, but some of the soundtracks are literally taken from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, that's the biggest indicator where I'm like, okay.
So here's the question: will Black Adam show up in Shazam: Fury of the Gods? Because Black Adam is the Shazam villain first and foremost, and also they did tease Black Adam in Shazam. By the way, like literally at the end, they had that one chair open. It's like whoever it is, we'll welcome them with open arms. Like it seems like Shazam.
We have a layer.
I feel like Shazam is going to take place after the events of Black Adam, so they have to at least acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that. Yeah, go ahead, Taylor.
Here's another thing to add as well, is that Henry Cavill has signed a contract now. That's the most key important of this.
Yes,
he has
and
signed
we know.
a contract.
We know that the only reason he'd come back is if he gets more movies because like they wanted him to come
not
back
cameos, movies.
Yeah, they've wanted him to come back for cameos for years now, but he wouldn't do the cameos unless he got a full. So if he's back, that means he's going to come back for more movies, and I think it's going to be at least one more Superman solo movie, maybe two, and then probably another Justice League.
Also, Snyder Queen makes a good point. They literally use BVS footage in the Black Adam trailer. That's the first part, and stuff from Zack Snyder's Justice League and Shazam 2. Ever since this new regime came in, it's literally they've forgotten that Justice League ever happened.
All right, play the clip.
All right, you guys keep teeing me up to say this. Jeez.
Why did you say that, Dad?
It's their fault, Batman.
Someone's got to keep you honest.
I'll say this right. You know, because you guys have been going on for an hour and a half, right?
Go ahead.
I say that we should focus on the fact that Cavill is back. Not only that, but the fact that we are going to get more, centered of the Trinity in different movies, right? Not only will there be in Black Adam, but you got the Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and then you got the Flash with not one, but two Batman. And then on top of that, you also have Aquaman 2, which is having a major reshoots. Major.
They got to put Amelia Clark in there. They got to.
By the way, Snyder Queen makes a good point with the profile pictures, because yes, I get they do that for every movie, but they didn't do that for Zack Snyder's Justice League when it was released. They did that immediately for Suicide Squad, but as soon as the new regime came in, all of a sudden, a year later, Zack Snyder's Justice League profile pictures came in, including Ray Fisher's Cyborg.
And that's a big one, because Ray Fisher has been very vocal about not necessarily the studio, maybe the old regime, but leadership. Can
you imagine as soon as Hamada leaves, The Rock posts a picture of him shaking hands with Ray Fisher in front of the DC logo? And by the way, Nick, our queen agrees with you. I'm sorry, Toledo. Go ahead.
I mean, how crazy would it be if The Rock posts a picture on Instagram where like he's having lunch with Ray Fisher?
Yeah, I know. Go ahead, Toledo.
I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna say 2024 is the Man of Steel, Superman film announcement, or Superman film release. Because next year is the 85th anniversary. It will be total sense for Warner Brothers to be like, well, boom, boom, boom.
Henry Cavill steps on stage and he undoes his jacket,
No,
like
better.
undoes his
Here's
shirt.
what he does. They don't do a stage thing to announce it. It's just on his Instagram. You know how like when everyone was like thinking he'd be Superman again, he just hold up an action figure. No, all he does is he just opens his shirt and it's the Superman logo.
No. This is how it's gonna go. This is gonna go. Do.
No, yeah,
He
no.
smiles and nods his head.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys that what they've got planned is gonna be some great things. I'm really excited, and like you gotta remember, next year is a big year for DC. DC has not only got one, not two, but three DC films, right?
Yeah.
And
So if the 85th
not only
anniversary is
that-
coming up,
Wait.
that must
Not
mean
only,
that the 85th anniversary of Batman's coming up too.
not only that, right? But there's also DC games still in development.
yeah. By the way, I pre-ordered Gotham Knights.
Even though it's capped at 30 FPS, I'm still playing it.
I'm still playing it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm
The
still
game
playing
looks
Gotham.
dope.
The game is dope. Yep, I'm still gonna play Gotham Knights even if it's 30 FPS.
Imagine in 2024, Rocksteady announces they're doing a Superman game.
No, that'll be WB Montreal. That'll be WB Montreal. Like,
I don't have much faith in WB Montreal. Like if Rocksteady is doing it, I have faith, but not in WB
no,
Montreal.
why? You know why I say WB Montreal over Rocksteady? Because WB
Why?
Montreal has got a second game in development. And how do I know this? It's because I've literally seen it. Yes, Snyder Queen. I'm telling you, they're gonna announce a Superman game next year after the Wonder Woman game comes out.
So if Rocksteady's not doing a Superman game, what are they going to do after Suicide Squad? Are they going to do another Batman Arkham game?
No, Rocksteady is gonna. They literally Rocksteady. Rocksteady is doing a game as a service game, so it's gonna be multiple years of Suicide Squad.
Oh no!
So I
It better
expect
not
that
be.
to have more
It better
content.
not be how Avengers turned out, or any worse, Halo Infinite did as a service game.
See, the problem is
No,
Rocksteady has
it'll
built
be
up so much goodwill
it's gonna-
with their Arkham games.
One at a
If
time,
they
guys.
announce Rocksteady, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, I know it's a game as a service game, and pretty much there's gonna be a lot of microtransactions in that game. So
Oh no!
It's gonna
And-
bomb. It's gonna bomb. I'm telling you right now.
Because
I
people
don't
are
think
starting
so,
to
you know.
reject microtransactions, dude.
Yeah,
I think
like
I-
I'm
sorry, I was just I was gonna say something.
like there's
totally
like there's not enough. Like it's a Suicide Squad game. You know, if it was single player, that might have worked, but a live service, I don't think there's enough interest in Suicide Squad, the IP.
And
Or-
as far as
or-
we know, they're not going to add any new characters. So
Yeah, like Marvel's Avengers, even like literally Avengers being like the biggest comic book IPs, even they couldn't make a live service game work. Now, granted, the live service aspects were crap, but that's beside the point.
let's not forget Halo.
yeah, Halo 2.
Hell,
But,
the most widely watched video on my entire channel now with 1.5 thousand views is me uninstalling Halo Infinite from my Xbox. Just that.
I'm
Wow.
literally saying this, right? Suicide Squad isn't going to do as bad as Gotham Knights. Why do I say this? Is because Gotham Knights has already promoted themselves to having more content. They're literally doing a 4-player co-op mode on November 29th called Heroic Assault. And there's 30
Also-
floors.
Also, the fact that Gotham Knights is actually a more like the whole like Batman, like the whole Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl. That is a more higher profile IP than Suicide Squad. I'm sorry.
And by the way, Jared,
Outside of like the B tier Batman characters are a lot more popular.
and by the way,
and
Jared, Halo 3 and Halo Reach is all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry, Nick. You go ahead. But I know what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Sorry, Talady, I keep talking over you.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say that the fact that the fact that Suicide Squad, even though it's coming out in 2023, I think the WB will be announcing more games. They're gonna look to the future. They're doing that slowly within the films division too. So they're doing multiple different things. both spectrums now, and I can see that happening. So they'll say, oh well, here's the Suicide Squad game for summer 2023, winter 2023 we get the Wonder Woman game, 2024 we get the Superman game from WB Montreal, and expect that to be a big thing because WB Montreal, even though we know that some people are gonna hate on that, but you gotta remember Gotham Knights was originally gonna be last gen, so the game is technically a last gen game. But the reason,
Yeah, so I think Gotham Knights will be a big temperature check to see how people respond to these types of games, and I think it's going to be kind of because like Gotham Knights, it does have some amount of buzz on it, but it doesn't have like huge buzz on it. So like I feel like the game's probably going to do okay.
yeah, that's why I'm still picking it up because I know that the game is still good, and I love that game. It's like it's an RPG game, and it's gonna sell well.
Well,
So
plus, is it really gonna be that noticeable?
no.
Yeah, so I'm like, do I really care? No. All I want to know is that is the gameplay good? From what I've seen, it looks great.
Yeah,
So
like
guys-
I personally have no interest in Gotham Knights, but it looks decent enough, so I really have no problem with it.
Yeah. So all we got to do is wait for October 21st. But yeah.
Isn't it kind of funny how this has turned into the month of DC because we have the Cavill announcement, Black Adam, and then Gotham Knights in 1 month.
Yeah. And Super Sons, which we don't want to miss out on Tevia's little thing.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
Talady, I got a question for you. Do you think we'll get an Injustice 3?
Injustice 3. That's a good question. Injustice 3.
Because NetherRealm is working on another game. I don't think it's I don't think they made it clear if it's another Mortal Kombat or Injustice 3. I think, but we know they're working on something else.
Yeah, we don't know what it is though. We'll have to wait and see in it, because at the end of the year, they might show something. And
I think Injustice 3 we're kind of due for another one. I think that's my opinion.
Jared, it's not MK12. It's not MK12. Ed Boon denied that already. He debunked that straight away.
I mean, we'll probably get MK12 eventually. I mean, come on. Mortal Kombat is literally more popular now than it ever has been. Like, I'd say Mortal Kombat is more popular now than it was back in the 90s.
Well, the movie helped, and the movie's actually pretty good. But I need another Injustice game purely so I could destroy people as Wonder Woman more. My Amazonian sword needs metahuman blood.
Oh, also, what third-party combo characters do you want to see added to Injustice?
He-Man. Come on, of the third-party characters, what do you think fits Injustice really well?
I mean, sure, He-Man. I'm just trying to think of like other characters, like other like non-DC comic book related characters. Obviously, they can't do any Marvel ones, but like,
yeah, unfortunately,
Spawn was perfect. I'm really glad they added Spawn and had him voiced by Keith David. That was perfect.
Well, actually, Spawn in Injustice instead of Spawn in Mortal Kombat. I'm saying actually put him in Injustice.
Spawn wasn't. Wait. Spawn was in Combat.
He was in Mortal Kombat, not Injustice.
Oh
yeah. Did you guys see this?
Oh, what if they added Invincible to Mortal Kombat?
Oh, that'd be great, but that would fit really well.
No. What's Homelander in Injustice?
Oh, jeez.
You can see, they like. Just imagine they do like The Boys pack where it's
the Seven, maybe Butcher.
No, it's Butcher, Homelander, and Starlight,
and one more, Soldier Boy.
And they're all voiced by their. Sorry, that would be perfect for Injustice.
Yeah, go ahead, Taladia.
I was bringing this up, right? I think, Invincibles is long overdue for a video game anyway, so it's pretty crazy that it's happening. But we've got.
Okay. Yeah.
Not really. My Time to Shine doesn't know Jack. Yeah,
exactly. Yes, I have the. his intro line when He-Man shows up has to start off as Prince Adam, and then he raises the sword by the power of Grayskull. It comes down, I have the power.
Also, if they have add He-Man, they have to add Skeletor, and I want it to be voiced by Richard Oppenheimer.
No, they're gonna do Mark Hamill.
But Richard Oppenheimer is still alive, and Oppenheimer would probably be cheaper, honestly.
But the
and
one that people know now from the Netflix show is Mark Hamill.
I'd argue that if you're buying Injustice, you probably are familiar with the 80s. And if you hear Richard Oppenheimer, because I want them to do like the back and forth. I want him to go, what?
That'd be good. I would like that. So on that note, we're going to transition to the audience participation portion of this show. Now, isn't Lord Deathman DC Skeletor? Kind of, yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do is once again, DM me if you want to come on the show. The Twitter should be at the bottom.
And if you back Screecher, you get some extra time. Jared,
we share the links for Screecher so we can do this again. And yes, Snyder Queen speaks the truth. My time to shine is basically Grace Randolph. So the way this is going to work is that once again, if you back Screecher and you DM me proof, you will get an extra maybe 2 minutes on the show. In other words, instead of 5 minutes, you'll get 7 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, just take a screenshot of it and send it to Jared and whatnot. Yeah. That should be enough. And plus, I'll get an alert. I'll get an alert on it myself, so I can confirm that something was done.
And by the way, guys,
what's up?
As well, if you come to my streams on YouTube, which I linked in the private chat, I will be not only promoting Nick's Screecher, but if you support my channel and you also support him, I promise you there will be more giveaways that I'm going to be doing in the future.
So, lady, you got to bring me on your channel again.
I'm doing that thing with you, aren't I?
I may have forgotten about it, so we'll talk more after the stream.
Yeah, is that the thing with Jared and you on my?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Nick. It's what he talked to us about. I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
Then I probably forgot about it. I do apologize.
Yeah.
It's the private chat, Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. By the way, make sure you guys. Where is it? Where's the thing, Jared? You forgot to put it up. Put the sub to Tiladia. You forgot to put that.
I did. It's in the. Okay. Yeah. Right here.
Make sure you guys do this, guys. Sub to me.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Help me reach that goal of 250 subs, guys. I'm trying to reach that goal of 250 subscribers. I will be doing DC and live streams. I've already got planned stuff with my co-host DC Comics Gamer for Gotham Knights. We're going to be doing something big there. And we've just uploaded the podcast episode 32. And we had a lot of trouble on that. I'll say that much.
Really?
Yes.
So I sent it. So we have our first person coming on the show.
Tevia.
And okay. So while we wait for them, all right. So Nick, ready your timer.
All right. No, I'm here.
I thought you disappeared.
By the way, nice logo, lady. I'm liking your new background.
Yeah, this is just for temporary for the time being.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Barry, if you let me know when you want me to go over StreamYard with you.
Oh, well, I can do it after the stream.
Sure, I got time.
Yeah, Tevia, make sure you sub. Everyone else in the chat, make sure you guys do sub to the Tiladia Plays YouTube page.
And Jared, I sent you the link. And remember, you can talk about Army of the Dead. You could talk about all the DC Henry Cavill news, whatever you guys want. think I already subbed. Okay, cool. All right, so while we wait, let's. All right,
I did a Twitter space today, and my God, what a talk we did.
really?
Yeah.
And so did you see my exclusive security camera footage of Henry Cavill?
No. I
You think you can threaten my mother?
Yep, there you go. And ladies and gentlemen, Jared Heath, what's up, brother?
How's it going?
Yeah, how's it going? All right, so Nick,
now.
begin the timer.
All right,
Timer
first,
begun.
okay. First off, let me tell you, Nick, congratulations on the comic. I'm waiting for my confirmation to go through so I can send that screenshot.
Nice.
So let me say that. Second of all, most of the stream pretty much ended up being a 45-minute shipping war, so that was entertaining.
Blame Snyder Queen. It wasn't my fault.
But she did kind of roast you in the game, though, man. Come on,
The Snyder Queen got him good. Like you could say she royally roasted him.
I will have my revenge. I will have my revenge. Here's my revenge. Correct me. Of all the comics, which couple has actually been canon in a universe? And by the way, whenever I've asked DC Comics artists and writers about it, and you know what they've said? Superman and Wonder Woman. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
No.
Oh, this is delicious. I love it.
Oh, you've already opened the can of worms. We got to talk about it now. See, this why I don't understand. I don't know if it's because it's an edgy teenager thing or just some backwater from the CW, but people care about shipping a lot, and I just don't care for it.
It's CW and Tumblr, pretty much.
It's a honestly, it's a carryover from like anime fandoms because like anime, like you think it's bad here. The shipping wars in anime fandoms are insane.
Is wrong. Finish that sentence for you.
Oh, Snyder Queen's getting catty on us.
Because, for example, the DCAMU, you have Damian Wayne and Raven. First of all, I mostly saw the actors' chemistry. If you actually take that into context, they're more kindred spirits. I do not see that as a relationship.
Yeah, same here.
That's more of a kinship. That's more platonic, in my opinion. I think that was more trying to, appease the fans, get some bonus points since they were going to end the continuity anyway. But
that's my problem with a lot of shippers. They take stuff that's obviously just platonic and then go, no, they actually do love each other. It's subtext.
If two living beings have a pulse, shippers will ship them.
It's like there are people that were shipping Bucky and Sam from Falcon Winter Soldier.
Oh God!
They're like I've seen. Trust me, I've been into the dark corners of the internet. I have seen Wanda Pietro shippers.
Oh God!
Well, some of that is actually true. Remember the Marvel Ultimate Universe?
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what I was literally about to say when Wolverine walked in on them, and I'm like, oh God. Who thought that was a good idea? Jesus.
I remember that. I actually bought that comic when I was a kid.
You bought that?
Talk about some Wonder Twins.
Oh my gosh. Wonder Twin powers activate.
Well, one of them can literally turn into water, so he can make her wet.
Stop. There are kids here.
Except the alternate universe got destroyed. Yeah, it was so bad to take the universe.
Incest. The one thing that can destroy a comic book universe.
Well, by that logic, Damian and Mari Grayson is incest. By that logic,
or Batman and Batgirl.
Kingdom Come. Tell me I'm wrong.
Or Batman and Batgirl.
No, to be fair, to be fair, Batman and Batgirl is pretty much DC's version of Gwen Stacy and Norman Osborn. Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong. You're not wrong, but that doesn't make it better because we all know what happened with that comic.
Okay,
he canonized that.
That was that plot review, that retcon was so bad they had to re-retcon it out of existence.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Who? Again, one of the things I always say with comic people is, who the hell? Because someone at editorial had to authorize that. Who the hell was editing these books?
The edginess of the 2000s.
Oh my gosh. Let's have Norman Osborn, who's essentially like 70 years old, sleep with a 16-year-old kid. That works.
Right, what is the worst 2000s era Spider-Man comic?
Oh,
One more
God.
day or since past.
One more
One
day.
is actually worse.
One more day. One more day.
Hands
I
down.
would say since past because like one more day actually like made some sort of sense.
Okay.
It had like a logical reason for it happening.
Okay, let's
Since past is his job all the way
Nick, I hate
around.
to cut you off. Nick, I hate to cut you off. I'm just gonna make this quick. One More Day was pretty much Marvel openly admitting to pretty much ousting Peter Parker as a publicity stunt for Civil War.
Yeah.
There was no reason for him. All they had to do was register to the government. That's all they had to do. You didn't have to take their stinking mask off.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait a second here, dude. I'm like, why is Peter Parker? Why doesn't Iron Man do this?
Well, Iron Man's a billionaire, narcissistic philanthropist. He's already government sanctioned. He doesn't have to do anything.
By the
No, but I
way,
mean,
Time's up.
Uh,
All right, I'll see you, dude. All right. Next up, we got Tevia. So that was fun.
yeah, that was a good chat.
That was a good one.
All right, here we go. Oh boy.
Prepare for your Super Sons
Oh,
discussions.
Clench your
boy.
buttholes, everyone. Tevia's about to appear.
Yeah.
Everyone hold on to their butts.
Here we go.
Like, yeah,
Tevia, I
hold on
sent
your
you
butts.
the link. Then we got time for one more person after Tevia. So if anyone wants to come in, just drop me a
Snyder Queen.
No.
Snyder Queen.
She'll come in when she's ready. But my point is that anyone else can drop me a link on a line on Twitter, and then I will let you know.
I can't wait for your eyes to bulge when like Snyder Queen drops into your DM, say like link me or whatever. Like you're just gonna like drop your mouth, be like, oh it's happening.
No, I'm just gonna prepare my documents and documents and documents to prove that Wonder Bat doesn't make sense. Oh, and my
I don't want to.
I have an entire playlist on my channel of multiple times I have refuted Wonder Bat.
Is a playlist called Yes Snyder Queen? Wonder Bat is not canon.
No, it's just called Super Wonder. And by the way, speaking of Super Wonder, what's up, Tabby?
hello.
All right, timing begins now.
One thing I will say to Tevye, hang on. If Superman and Wonder Woman have kids, have two sons, technically they would be super sons.
Shit!
I
Get out! Get out! Get out!
It's my channel, dude. Stop trying to kick me out. Go ahead, Tevye. What's up, dude?
Never worry, I'm doing good. It's big time.
Of course you bring.
Yeah.
That's a nice omnibus.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 'cause it is.
You-
Well,
Question: do you read your omnibus on the bus?
True.
No.
By the way, speaking of omnibus, I recently I finished reading all 3 Jeff Johns Green Lantern omnibus.
nice.
So,
That's pretty cool.
so what's up, dude?
I'm doing good. I did a bit of band news that kind of broke my heart. Like, why? It's not fair.
Yeah.
Like that programming piece. But
Mhm.
despite that stuff, I'm hoping we're hoping that they'll get paid. And what the hell, Nintendo? Why? Why the fuck did that happen? Ugh.
Are you talking about the Bayonetta, the whole Bayonetta debacle?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to play that game too. Like, if I buy it, I want the kind of screw it or the whatever. But if I don't buy it, I get it. It's like I'm conflicted. I'm split. That's not fair. Ugh.
So what do you think of the Super Sons movie?
I loved it. I saw it in New York Comic and I was so happy. It's just on YouTube. I smiled. It's my favorite movie that came out this year.
It looked good. I still haven't watched it yet. From what I've seen, I'm like, oh, I like this.
I saw it on New York Comic and there's a packed crowd. The crowd packed and I was so happy. And I can't wait to get on board. If that movie succeeds, maybe, just maybe a small window chance I can get John Mayer returning on board. Hopefully, if they get the message. We get butt faking again.
They can't do that.
Miserably.
They can't do that because then DC would be accused of being homophobes.
So be it. Like we tried that plan, it failed miserably.
Yeah, true. In my mind, yeah, I agree with Tevye. If I had my way, he would have been. Son of Kal-El would never have happened.
Yeah.
He would have been 12 years old, and I would have said, "Screw you, Bendis."
Mm-hmm.
So
Indeed.
go on.
Yeah, like, but awesome. I think what I want the new team. I'm like, here's a five. Like, how could he didn't even Earth 3? Like, wait, that's what I said. We made our wish. If that Bennett Superman Duncan is about even going to back to Ultraman, then maybe I may get my wish. Maybe.
Actually, yeah, you may get the wish that it's actually just Evil John that was replaced. Nick, we may be right.
Yeah.
No.
We met Balzar, from Earth 2.
Yeah, that looks good. I will say I love the new costumes for the Super Family that they're doing with Dan Moore. Those look great.
Yeah, the cut under the main FBC Power which finally after John Power had now showed up since the Dexter Weaver book.
Yeah.
That's it. Weird. The Superman was fun though. I like the Superman panel. But I thought Army of the Dead itself. I think I said it last year in 2021. Kind of old. So the movie was fine. It was an okay zombie movie. Not my favorite zombie movie. It was a fun movie.
What do you think of Henry Cavill being back?
That is no idea. I tried to spoil it about him, but I am happy he's back. I'm happy with it because that's been exploded on Twitter. And I'm very happy he's returned.
Yeah, we got our boy back, which is it's funny. It took us 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years way too long. Hopefully, this means that we get a Superman movie finally, and that means that we can start changing our good shows. Young Justice must survive.
Well, they already said that they have no plans for another season of Young Justice and for a continuation of the comic series
on HBO Max, but they're a loophole. Or networks.
Could.
Yeah.
That is the only way that it could happen unless they change their minds. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Unless Zara doesn't destroy it because I don't trust Zara.
No, but here's the thing. Don't blame Zaslav. Blame the previous regime for accruing all this debt. It's their fault.
True. That's true. Like
he inherited this. He's just acting like, okay, how do I make the DC brand more healthy? It's gonna lead to casualties that people like, but in the end, it will be healthier.
Yeah.
Time.
Damn.
It's all good, dude. We still have to do a collab on the Super Sons movie.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to people actually find watch it. We can do a collab. In fact, that thing I will make a collab. I will make a live stream at the ACP.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. Let me know. I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I'll set up for I think next week, since next Saturday, since I will probably be on Tuesday. I would do on Tuesday and the day when the movie came out, but honestly, then we'll give a lot of people time to see that movie. So I'll set up for Saturday.
All right.
Yeah, Saturday.
All right, I'll see
you.
All right,
well, thanks for coming on, my man.
Anytime, guys. See ya.
So on that note, guys, before we log off, what are you guys up to on YouTube, Twitter, comics? Nick, you first.
I mean, I'm the most obvious. Like, I'm just trying to get them stretch goals for Screecher, right? You guys blasted past the 15K, the 1.5K one, so now I'm just trying to go for 2,000.
Exactly. So, and that I'm honestly, even I'm surprised because fully funded in a week.
What can I say?
Came through, guys.
You guys are a bunch of bad butts. What can I say?
Hey, we comics leaguers stick together.
Always.
All right, so Taladia, what you got going on the channel, dude?
Well, you guys know me doing my thing on my YouTube page. Got the Gotham Knights live stream coming up. It's going to be big. It's going to be amazing. I'm also going to be doing streams with these guys, with Jared and with Nick. Well, I don't know where Nick is gone, but
yeah,
I'll be doing it with them. Yeah, so I'll be doing a stream with these two. And not only that, guys, furthermore, I'll be doing Twitter Spaces once every 2 weeks or once every week. Every week on a Saturday, I'll be doing Twitter Spaces. We'll be talking everything in the world from DC and much more. You're more than welcome to join and participate. And you're part of the Sill Nation. That's what it's all about. We're going to build a community together and we're going to have a fun time. Make sure you
Wide
do
open spaces.
so make sure you guys do subscribe to my YouTube page. It's a must thing. It's a must.
There's one more clip that I really want to play because it's really appropriate. This was The Rock after the Henry Cavill Superman thing became confirmed.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
There you go. I was waiting to use that one.
I am entertained.
I am very whelmed. I am overwhelmed in a good way.
You need to get the clip. I'm officially whelmed. You need to get that clip, brother.
And then because I love this clip so much,
I am Phoenix.
so on that note, everyone, I blame Joe Quesada. Yes, exactly. Jeff Loeb ultimately was Incest the comic. That's good. I love that. All right. So on that note, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'll see you on next Sunday. It's gonna be on a next Snyder stream is gonna be on Sunday because on Saturday I'm seeing Black Adam. So on that note, I will see you guys later and stay work, everyone. Bye bye.